Options with adoption. So the index from Family Tree Notebooks has a root person through their fourth great grandparents, but it only follows what we would think of as the biological line, because you have a person and then their mother and father and then those people's parents and those people's parents, etc. If you have adoption, you've got a couple of options. You could make a book, depending on how close the adoption is to the root person. You could make a book for the biological side and then make a different book for the adoptive side. Or if you've got adoption, but it's a little bit farther back, and so you don't feel like it's really worth making a whole separate book just about the adoptive family line. What I've done is I have used the blank index page to do like a supplement. And if I have, let's say, numbers 12 and 13 are our biological parents or biological grandparents or whatever. I don't know what generation that is. I think those are great grandparents at that point. Then I would have 12 and 13, and those would be the biological whatever grandparents they are. And then I would have 12A and 13A, and those would be the adoptive parents. Or I would just go ahead and add the little subletter to both of them, so nobody got to be like regular number 12, because there is kind of a mental hierarchy, I think, when you do that. So maybe you've got 12A and then 12B, showing adoptive and then biological. And you could continue and just keep adding people to the index, adding adopted people by giving them their own number. Now, it's not going to be perfect as far as like you're going to have your index that just has the numbers without any additions, and then you'd have like a supplement at the end. But you could also go through, number everybody, and then use the blank index pages and just put everybody in order however you want them. It's just you're going to have to write them all out. So that's an option with adoption. You can also just include in a person's chapter, you can just include a page inside their chapter about their adoptive parents without giving the adoptive parents their own chapter. It's up to you. It really depends on your family. I think that adoptive lines and the lines of step parents and all of that, I think that they can be very important, and it makes as much sense to include them as it does to include biological lines if you want to. I don't believe in a parent hierarchy based on biology, especially in certain situations that just doesn't make any sense. So that's the nice thing about the system, is that you really just need to come up with what feels good to you when telling your story, and then just go with that.